Take a look at this. It's these 538, what they're called 538 Iowa projections show you at 52% chance of winning, Mitt Romney at 28%, Rick Perry at 7%. You think you got a chance of winning in Iowa?
52% favor Ron Paul. 52%. They believe that he'll win Iowa. Now, that's right. This is pretty incredible. This is not something that you see normally on CNN. So having said that, you spent some time in Iowa. What do you think? Does he have a shot at winning?
What the people decide, Republican voters, and that's possible. I mean, imagine a Romney-Gingrich ticket or a Romney-Paul ticket or a...
It has Ron Paul. It's Ron Paul, right, John? Thank you. Ron Paul's in the poll. Thank you, John. It has Ron Paul as the new front runner in Iowa.
It's interesting with Ron Paul suddenly on top in Iowa. Newt Gingrich slipping, Governor Romney picking up.
I'm not going to lie to you. It would be fun to watch Ron Paul win it in Iowa this year. It would make pundits' heads explode everywhere, right? But because what he'd be winning is the Republican caucuses in Iowa, that result would also mean roughly nothing to the rest of the presidential race.
The real danger is if he wins Iowa, let me just say this, if he wins Iowa, I think it discredits the Iowa caucus as the way Pat Robertson's wins.
The Ron Paul people are not going to like my saying this, but to a certain degree it will discredit the Iowa caucuses because, rightly or wrongly, I think most of the Republican establishment thinks he's not going to end up as the nominee, so therefore Iowa won't count.
By the way, Ron Paul cannot get elected, I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry.
There are reports that you made almost $1 million off of them in 1993.
I'd like to see that money.
So you read them, but you didn't do anything about it at the time.
I never read that stuff. I've never read it. I was probably aware of it 10 years after it was written. And it's been going on 20 years that people have pestered me about this, and CNN does it every single time. So
well,
when are you going to wear yourself out?
When you say it's no, but
when are you going to do that?
Is it legitimate? I mean, is it a legitimate question to ask that something went out under your name?
And when you get the answer, it's legitimate that you sort of take the answers I give. You know what? The answer is, I didn't write them. I didn't read them at the time, and I disavow them. That is the answer.
Well, it's just a question. I mean, it's legitimate. It's legitimate. These things are pretty incendiary. You know,
because of people like you.
No. Come on. Some of the stuff was very incendiary, and saying that in 1993 the Israelis were responsible for the bombing of the World Trade Center, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So. Goodbye. All right. Thank you, Congressman. I appreciate your answer. I appreciate your answering the questions, and you understand it's our job to ask them.
Thank you.